Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, 1946, is a profound psychological and philosophical exploration of human resilience and the quest for purpose, based on the author's harrowing experiences as a Holocaust survivor. Frankl, a psychiatrist and neurologist, draws on his time in Nazi concentration camps to develop his theory of logotherapy, a form of existential psychotherapy centered on finding meaning in life. The book is divided into two main parts: Frankl's autobiographical account of his time in the camps and an explanation of logotherapy. Through his deeply personal narrative and philosophical insights, Frankl demonstrates that the search for meaning is a fundamental driving force in human life. Part 1. Experiences in a concentration camp. The camps and the struggle for survival. Frankl begins by describing life in the concentration camps, focusing on the psychological and emotional experiences of prisoners. He recounts the brutal conditions, including starvation, forced labor, and constant threat of death. Despite these hardships, he emphasizes the mental and emotional struggle that defined the prisoners' existence. Frankl identifies three psychological stages experienced by inmates. Shock. Upon arrival at the camps, prisoners experienced disbelief and numbness as they were stripped of their possessions, identity, and dignity. Apathy. As the daily grind of camp life set in, many prisoners became emotionally desensitized, focusing solely on survival. Apathy served as a defense mechanism against the overwhelming suffering and loss. Depersonalization. After liberation, survivors often felt detached from the world, struggling to reintegrate into normal life. The role of meaning in survival. Frankl observes that the prisoners who were able to survive were often those who found meaning in their suffering. He argues that meaning can be derived from various sources, such as love, faith, or the hope of a future goal. He recounts how his own hope of being reunited with his wife and his determination to complete his work as a psychiatrist sustained him during the darkest moments. Frankl illustrates this with the famous quote by Nietzsche: "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." For Frankl, the presence of a purpose or meaning in life enabled prisoners to endure unimaginable suffering. The power of choice and inner freedom. One of Frankl's key insights is that, even in the direst circumstances, individuals have the power to choose their attitude. While the Nazis controlled every external aspect of the prisoners' lives, they could not strip them of their ability to find meaning or maintain inner freedom. Frankl reflects on how some prisoners maintained their humanity by helping others, sharing food, or offering words of encouragement, even in the face of certain death. He concludes that the ability to choose one's attitude is a defining aspect of human freedom. Suffering as a path to meaning. Frankl argues that suffering is an inevitable part of life, but it can also be a source of meaning. He recounts instances where prisoners found purpose in their suffering, viewing it as a test of their inner strength or as a way to bear witness to the resilience of the human spirit. This perspective does not glorify suffering but rather emphasizes the importance of how one responds to it. Frankl believes that when suffering is unavoidable, it can be transformed into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Part 2. Logotherapy in a nutshell. The essence of logotherapy. In the second part of the book, Frankl outlines the principles of logotherapy, which focuses on the pursuit of meaning as the primary motivator in human life. Unlike Freudian psychoanalysis, which emphasizes the role of pleasure, or Adlerian psychology, which focuses on power, logotherapy places the search for meaning at the center of human existence. Frankl explains that life's meaning is not universal but unique to each individual. It must be discovered through one's own experiences and circumstances. Logotherapy helps individuals identify their purpose by exploring three potential sources of meaning: creating a work or doing a deed, achieving goals or contributing to the world through creative or productive work, experiencing something or someone. finding meaning through relationships, love, or the appreciation of beauty, art, or nature. The attitude toward unavoidable suffering. Choosing how to respond to suffering when it cannot be avoided. The will to meaning. Frankl introduces the concept of the will to meaning, which he considers a fundamental human drive. He contrasts this with Freud's will to pleasure and Nietzsche's will to power, arguing that meaning provides a deeper and more enduring source of fulfillment. He observes that many individuals experience an existential vacuum, a sense of emptiness and lack of purpose in life. This condition, he argues, is exacerbated by modern society's emphasis on materialism and pleasure, which often fail to provide lasting fulfillment. Responsibility and authentic living. A cornerstone of logotherapy is the concept of personal responsibility. Frankl argues that individuals must take ownership of their lives and actively seek meaning, even in the face of hardship. This requires embracing life's uncertainties and living authentically in alignment with one's values and purpose. He challenges readers to ask themselves, "What is life asking of me?" rather than, "What do I want from life?" This shift in perspective encourages individuals to see their lives as opportunities to contribute to something greater than themselves. Freedom and meaning. Frankl emphasizes the importance of balancing freedom with responsibility. True freedom, he argues, lies in the ability to choose one's attitude and actions in any situation. However, this freedom must be guided by a sense of responsibility to others and to one's values. Logotherapy encourages individuals to confront their fears, embrace challenges, and live with courage and integrity. By doing so, they can discover meaning and fulfillment, even in the face of life's adversities. Key themes in man's search for meaning. The search for meaning. Frankl argues that finding purpose is the primary motivator in human life. This meaning can come from love, work, or even suffering. Suffering and resilience. Suffering is an unavoidable part of life, but it can be a source of growth and meaning when approached with the right attitude. Freedom and responsibility. Humans have the freedom to choose their attitudes and actions, even in the most difficult circumstances. With this freedom comes the responsibility to live authentically and meaningfully. Love as a source of meaning. Frankl highlights the transformative power of love, which can provide purpose and strength even in the face of great suffering. The existential vacuum. The absence of meaning in modern life leads to feelings of emptiness and despair. Logotherapy offers a framework for overcoming this vacuum by helping individuals find their unique purpose. Conclusion. A message of hope and resilience. In man's search for meaning, Viktor Frankl presents a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of meaning. Through his harrowing experiences in the concentration camps and his groundbreaking psychological insights, Frankl offers a roadmap for finding purpose in life, even in the face of unimaginable suffering. The book's enduring appeal lies in its universal message that life is meaningful under all circumstances, and it is up to each individual to discover and fulfill their unique purpose. Frankl's work continues to inspire readers worldwide, providing hope, guidance, and a profound reminder of the strength of the human spirit.